Hey guys, welcome to yet another episode of Sitecore Tech Talk. And today's guest, where's my guest? Where's my guest? So today's guest is Tushar Panchal, and we are going to discuss about Content Hub 1. Tushar is having 9+ years of experience, and since last 6+ years he is working in Sitecore, and almost since last 2 months he is working on Content Hub and Content Hub 1. So let's welcome Tushar Panchal. Welcome to the show, man. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
So let's have a sit and we will begin the show. So let's start with the basic question. What is Content Hub 1?
Okay, so Content Hub 1 is a lightweight content management system where we have a way to maintain a content. So it's a SaaS-based product where we have everything hosted in a cloud. We do not need to worry any infrastructure related things. All will be maintained by Sitecore. It's also an agile headless CMS where anyone can adopt easily. So Content Hub 1 is based on Content Hub. So it is we can say some of the features of Content Hub will be move into the Content Hub 1 and where they have created the Content Hub 1 by Sitecore.
Okay, so I mean some of the features has moved to Content Hub 1 as you said. So is there a difference between Content Hub and Content Hub 1?
So Content Hub is a full suite of feature where you have multiple modules which will require to fulfill organization complex requirement, where Content Hub is only focusing on content part. So you can manage your content, and in Content Hub 1 we can manage our content. We can downstream multiple touch points, so we can have multiple touch points where we can use those content which we are implemented in Content Hub 1. And the Content Hub is basically have CMP module, which is one type of the same feature which Content Hub 1 is providing.
Okay.
They have the CMP module where we have the facility to manage a product's detail, and they have the MRM module, DRM module where we have the digital rights management, and the DAM module, which is digital asset management, which is also the part of Content Hub 1.
Okay.
So this some of the things which are basic requirement for any organization, like they want to manage a content. So that's the difference between both.
Okay, so obviously Content Hub 1 is a mature product than Content Hub, I can say.
No, actually Content Hub is a mature product.
Okay.
And Content Hub 1 is slowly growing because it is a new product which is launched by Sitecore on base of Content Hub. So Content Hub will have a full-fledged of suite where they can meet all the business requirement, which might be a complex but in Content Hub 1 they have the limited features right now because they are more focusing on agile, so anyone can easily adopt. So the primary focus of Content Hub 1 is that they want to provide end user better experience where they do not need any technical knowledge and they can easily manage their content.
So what are the capabilities of Content Hub 1?
So Content Hub 1 has multiple capabilities, and we can start from the content modeling part. So if I have multiple touch points where I need to pass a different types of data, so I have a flexibility in Content Hub where we can create a content modeling. And then we can also have a feature where authoring part will be handled by user very easily using those content model which they have created in Content Hub. Apart from that, they have the media management. So it's same as DAM in Content Hub. So they can manage their digital assets in Content Hub 1 as well. And they have also provided a delivery API where the global delivery API available, which we can utilize to provide an inputs to our downstream channels. And also they have the content management API where we can interact with Content Hub 1 if we want to make any changes in content hub, but we'll have with help of that content management API, we can manage that part. And the most favorite feature of content hub 1 is that the CLI part. So they have the same we have the CLI in Sitecore, right, where
Right.
we have the serialization and all those stuff. We are taking the backup and committing into the Git. Same thing they have also supported in content hub 1. We can
Okay.
serialize the content items and as well as the digital assets, and
Okay.
we can migrate or we can move from one environment to another environment.
Okay.
So these are the primary or most valuable things in content hub 1.
So those are the great capabilities, but I mean, if you can give us an example.
Okay, so right now the World Cup is going on. So let's
Yeah,
take
Cricket
an
World Cup.
so let's take an example of cricket. So if you have one site where you are displaying or sharing the data of your World Cup, like which are the teams, which are the players are
Right.
belongs to the specific teams, where those cricket matches happening, like venue and
Right.
everything. So for that, in content hub 1, we can divide our requirement into different sections. Like we have one sections where we need to manage our players details. We have another sections where we need to manage a team detail,
Okay.
and then the third part is that we need to manage a venue
Right.
details.
Right.
So we have 3 focus areas. And now in players, okay, in player section we need to identify that what are the things required from a player profile perspective, that
Okay.
player details, which are the match or what's that strike rate and everything.
Okay.
So those are the initial things which we need to take care, and then we have the schema in our mind right now, that this is the thing which we need to take care from our content hub 1. So we'll define a schema based on the requirement which we just discussed, and then once we define a structure, like we have the player profile, so we'll create a content type in content hub.
Right.
So content type basically is one type of template which we are creating in Sitecore,
Okay.
where we have the structure of our object.
Right.
So that way we can create multiple content types, like player content types. We can create a team. In the team content type, we have multiple members, where the team name, team details, number of
Right.
players associated with that particular team. So those are the members which we create inside the specific content type. And then the third one is a venue. So that for that we create one content type in content hub 1, and we define the structure for that. Now our modeling part is complete. We have our structure ready in content hub 1, and now the next tasks will be managed by authoring person,
Okay.
who are actually adding the content in our content hub. So they will utilize this different content type to populate the data in content hub.
Okay.
So they will create content item in content hub 1 for specific players. Also those content modeling part where we require some assets, like we need to display player image on specific location or for the player profile. So we have the media management feature where we can upload our media in content hub 1, and we can associate it directly with that particular entity of the content type or the content item which we have created. So these are the authoring part where we have all the data placed into our content hub 1. Now so there are 2 types of user of content hub 1. One is a business user, which are doing a content modeling part, and then the content authoring part, and the developer, which are actually consuming those data with help of the global delivery endpoints.
Okay. Okay.
So now the developer will come into the picture, where they have multiple touch points where they need to downstream their data. So they have the SDK available, which we can utilize for our website. Like if we want to create a website or any mobile app where they want to consume those data, they can easily plug and play the endpoints and utilize those data. Also they have the workflow, where you have two different endpoints available. You have preview endpoints where you initially preview your content, and
Okay.
then once you publish, then another endpoint which is a delivery endpoint where you can actually see the live content.
Right. Right.
So this way the entire flow is working in Content Hub 1.
So how does Content Hub 1 fits into Sitecore composable architecture?
Okay, so as nowadays in market the composable word is booming, and all products are now moving into the composable part. They
Right.
they do not want a dependency.
Right.
And also we have a traditional DXP where we have multiple things clubbed together. If we do not require, still we have to keep that thing in our system. So that will be the one of the thing where in Sitecore Content Hub 1 you are only focusing on your content part. It has separate your presentation layer and your content layer. Your content layer does not have any connection with your presentation layer. They are just a medium where they are just passing the data to your downstream channel where they are consuming. So if presentation is a totally separate, so both are the different things which we can call it as a composable because it does not have any connection.
Okay. Okay. And the another word you have mentioned is the workflow, as there's too much data to deal with, right? So what is in Sitecore we have workflow, right?
Yes.
Similar way you can, I mean, do we have anything in Content Hub 1?
So Content Hub 1 right now we have two-step workflow. So we have a draft state. Whenever we create a content item, by default it is in a draft state, and then once you publish that item, that moves to the published state.
Okay.
So it's a two-step straightforward workflow right now. Might be Sitecore will have workflow more steps in future.
Okay.
That's something.
So in Sitecore we can add our states and command and action in the workflow. Can we have a feature in Content Hub 1?
No, right now we don't have anything in Content Hub 1. They have the straightforward two-step workflow, and that's the default flow for any content item to be published.
Okay. So let's say I'm already having one CMS, okay, and I want to migrate to Content Hub 1. So is there anything, any tools or something is available out of the box?
No, right now there isn't any tool available.
Okay.
But we can create a middleware.
Okay.
Where we have one system which will take the data from our source system, and we have capability of that content management API which we can utilize to push those data into our Content Hub 1.
Okay.
But that is not ready-made tool available right now.
So now it is all related to content, right, or structure. If I compare it with Sitecore templates, it will be a structure. So in Sitecore offerings like XP, XM or XM Cloud, we have Sitecore CLI or Sitecore TDS to manage the Sitecore items and all. Do we have similar thing in Content Hub 1?
Yes, we have the CLI support.
Okay.
And we can serialize content item and content type as well.
Okay.
And we can also serialize the media with help of the CLI feature.
Okay. So that would be easy to migrate the content from one environment to another environment.
Yeah. So we can easily migrate from our one environment to another environment. Like we have a dev environment and we want to move to the prod environment. So.
Okay. So now suppose if my client asks me that client need a content management system, okay. How can I judge whether it is, I mean, if he is asking about XM Cloud, Content Hub or Content Hub 1?
Okay, so first of all we need to think about the requirement of the client And if a client organization is big and they have their property.com sites, and they want a multilingual site, as well as they require a multi-site support.
Okay.
And if they have certain types of things required, okay, so definitely we can propose them in XM
Okay. Okay.
cloud. But if their primary focus only for the content management, and they do not need a full-fledged feature of CMS,
Okay. Okay.
and they don't want to manage anything, and only the content is the primary focus, and they have the omni channels where they can push those content.
Okay.
So that's something, few things which we need to keep in mind, where we propose some product to the client where they have the requirement, and then based on that we can suggest.
Okay. Okay. That's, I think, good understanding of Sitecore Content Hub 1. So thank you, Tushar, for sharing your experience and information on Sitecore Content Hub 1.
Thank you.
Hey guys, I would also like to thank Varun Shungarpure, who is right now sitting behind the camera, and Harsh Mithapara, who is also recording from another angle of this episode.